Well, it's April 18th, and what else would I be doing? I'm skiing. Here we go. Hi, Colorblind Architect here. It's April 18th, and I'm still skiing. Yes, that's right. I love skiing. And you might be wondering, how do I ever get any work done? And yeah, that's a good question. Actually, it's really simple. I go skiing in the mornings and then I work afternoons and evenings. But more importantly, I wanted to talk about the nature of the architectural profession and what it means to actually live the best life you can live. Now, for me, I went independent. I felt it was important to be an independent architect. Not as much because I didn't like working with firms. I mean, there's a lot of advantages of working with firms. And so, if that's the right place for you, definitely, work for a firm. But for me, what I found was the freedom to be able to make decisions really rapidly, making decisions for myself, for my family, and also for the way I wanted to live my life was really important. For example, during the winter, I'm skiing, and yes, I know it's a month into spring, and yeah, as you can see here in Utah, we are still skiing quite well. Yeah, it's a bit different here. This has been an exceptional season. It's been over 6 months of skiing. I started skiing this season middle of October last year when we had about a 3-foot dump of powder, and I was hiking up to be able to ski just because it's great exercise and it's lots of fun. What does that mean for work-life balance? How you want to live the best life? Well, it means don't work yourself to death. I've seen way too many architects that they just work themselves to the nub. They're working constantly, and especially when I was working in a firm, one of the big things that I noticed was a lot of people, they would seem like they're working. I mean, they'd be basically at the office, morning until late night every day, and I found that really odd because I was thinking, why would you want to be at the office? Obviously, using technology, I've managed to work from home and be able to not have to worry about that kind of thing. Even when I was working for firms, I was working from home when I could. What I found, a lot of the people who stay at the office all the time, and the only thing worth living for them was architecture. And, don't get me wrong, I love architecture too. I'm doing it all the time. I'm easily spending 60 to 80 hours a week working architecture, even though, I probably put in about 8 to 12 hours of skiing a week too. Does that mean that, I'm not doing my job? No, it means I'm using the time that I actually use on architecture a lot more efficiently. Yes, that's the key. Learn how to become efficient. So one of the keys in the Colorblind Architect channel is I'm trying to teach efficiency methods. I don't make a lot of videos about ArchiCAD. I'm trying to make them in a way that help people find peak efficiency with their workflows. And the reason why is because what I've found is as I've gained more efficiency in my craft, in my trade, my profession, I'm able to have more free time to do other stuff. That is awesome. I love being able to go out hiking during the summer, going skiing in the winter, and still be able to make a decent living as an architect. I maybe could make even more money if I worked myself to the bone. But is that really the best? I mean, is that really what you want out of life? What I recommend is consider really carefully what kind of life you want. I remember years ago, I heard somebody say something that changed my life. And it was, you need to take yourself out of the system and design your own world. It was a statement that really held a lot of meaning for me. It really broke me free from the constant work to the bone type mentality, working myself just late hours, and just living the normal life of an architect. And it made me realize, no, I need to design my own world. I need to design the kind of life that I want to live, not just live according to somebody else's schedule. It wasn't too long after that I started my own business, went out on my own. I've had a couple jobs since then where, I've, filled in the gaps, but ultimately it's been a wonderful experience to be out on my own, creating my own existence. And yeah, do we have some times when money is tight? Of course. And, when you're self-employed, you're going to face that. Now, I just want to say, it's not for everybody. If you don't have the entrepreneurial spirit, if you don't have the independence, the kind of life, the desire to live independently, then, maybe you want to stay with a firm. And hey, if you like working on really large, really cool, unique, complex projects, yeah, you probably also want to stay with a large firm because, frankly, you're not going to be able to do it as an independent architect. If you're an independent architect, most likely you're going to be working on small projects, and sometimes they're going to be thankless, boring, ridiculously stupid projects. But you have your reward. Either way, you have your reward. If you work for the big firms, they're going to pay you a regular salary. You're going to get to work on some great, amazing projects. If you work for yourself, you get freedom, independence. You get to just be your own boss, and you get to make your own style. You could potentially make more money. You could also potentially make less money. So it's a little bit riskier. But in the end, it's a reward all its own to be able to have that freedom and independence. Like I said, here I am. I'm skiing in April and still getting my work done. So, what kind of architect do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? That's what you need to find out. And if you're not an architect watching this, great. This still applies. Design your own world. Figure out what it is that you want to do. And then figure out the path to get there. If you need help with it, talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your spouse, talk to a religious leader, talk to a counselor or a therapist. Talk to the people that you trust. Run ideas by them. And then after you've had your board of directors meeting, so to speak, and that's what I call my friends. I think of them as kind of like my personal board of directors. I throw ideas out and listen to their feedback. It's a great way to make sure that you're not going off into uncharted territory without some clear evidence that you're not being crazy. You really need to think about that. And then pray about it. A lot of people are scared to talk about God. You should consider praying about it. Even if that means just meditating. If you don't believe in God, that's fine. But at least take the time to do it. Meditate, pray. It gives you a chance to connect with nature, connect with yourself, connect with a higher power, and the answers will come. I hope this video has been helpful. I honestly don't know if it will be. Maybe this is going to be one of those videos that just nobody cares about, but I just felt inspired as I'm out here on the ski slopes. And I just wanted to share that message with you, my colorblind architect audience. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm blown away by the interest. I am going to be releasing another video soon. I'm still working on it. It's going to be a comparison of 4 different rendering softwares that are available that work with ArchiCAD. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. I'm the Colorblind Architect. Peace out.